Covering over 42 acres, Apex Leisure and Wildlife Park offers visitors a chance to relax away from the bustle of Burnham Shopping Centre and the beach. Apex was once an area of clay digging, where several pits were excavated, and when these were later flooded, they became lakes, which are now home to many types of wildlife. Many mallard ducks gather by the slipway waiting for passers-by to throw them handouts, while grey herons are also regularly spotted during the breeding season, searching for small fish. And as you can tell, there are plenty of swans with young on this beautiful lake. I love coming here. Apex Park is a fantastic place and a brilliant place to relax in Burnham. Morning everybody, welcome back to the channel, Somerset Man Walking. A little bit of an early one before work this morning. I'm down here in Burnham-on-Sea. And Burnham-on-Sea is a little town, a little seaside town in the Bristol Channel. This is Bridgewater Bay here. I'm looking across at Hinkley Point, the power station. I can see Steepholm in the distance. It's a beautiful morning down here. So I'm going to take you around and just show you a few points of interest. But yeah, it is a lovely morning. I always think that Burnham's a little bit overlooked as a seaside destination, to be honest. There's a big haven site just up the road, which we do stay at quite frequently. And the town is really nice. It's got arcades. It's home to the shortest pier in the UK, which I'll show you in a second. There's a Wetherspoons behind me called the Reed's Arms, which I frequent quite a lot. When I'm down here, we go and have breakfast, etc. And there's a lot of little charity shops and independent shops in High Street. It's a fantastic little place, I think. And like I said, I think it gets very overlooked. And just down here, the tide's in. The tide is still coming in. High tide is about 7:35 this morning. So, but yeah, I'll just spin you around and give you a couple of shots up and down the. Well, you can't see the beach because the tide's there. So that's looking in the sort of direction of the River Parrot. The building you can just see the roof of there is the Bayview Cafe, which again, it does fantastic food, breakfast rolls, etc. and breakfast. I'm just panning around now, looking out into the Bristol Channel, looking across the Quantocks in the faraway distance. That's Hinkley Point in the centre of your screen now. Beautiful skies this morning, I have to say. You can just about pick up Flatholm out there. I can see South Wales in a faraway distance. And there we have Burnham Pier, which is the smallest pier or the shortest pier in the UK, guys. Let's go and take a look. Here we have the obligatory arcades, guys. Not open yet. It is about 7 o'clock in the morning. It's just looking down on the right hand side of the esplanade. Let's go and have a look at this pier then. So Burnham Pier, guys, the shortest pier in the UK. If you have a look at that roof, apparently they relate it to Isambard Kingdom Brunel. I mean, although he didn't have anything to do with the construction of this, we look at the roof, they liken it to Bristol Temple Meads, etc. So, I think they say it's Bath, a station in Bath. I can't remember quite off the top of my head which one now, but yeah. And also, guys, the concrete structure underneath the pier is said to be the first time they've ever used concrete piles in Europe. So it was a revolutionary building in its day. It was built around 1912 to 1914, and those concrete pillars there, which were pile driven into the sand, was a revolutionary technique in Europe, first time it's ever been used. And the people of the town often said that they thought the pier wouldn't last 2 minutes because of the strong tides here. As it happens, it's well over 100 years old now. So there's a couple of other things I want to take you to have a look at, and we'll go and have a look at them now, guys. So here, guys, is St Andrew's Church in Burnham. Now, you might not be able to tell from this angle, but it has a severe leaning tower. So let's go and take another look, guys. Now, I'm really not sure if you can actually see how much that tower is leaning. If I walk down this way, my camera is completely dead straight at the moment. I'll just zoom in. If you take a look at the side building to the left, you can visibly see that tower is leaning. So the church dates back to the 11th century. So it's a very old church. I should imagine it's had many revamps over the years. You can visibly see that that tower is leaning, guys. I'm just inside the church now, guys, here at St Andrew's in Burnham, and I'm inside looking basically at a lovely stained glass window there, but if you look at the arch, that is leaning as well inside. There's a lovely gentleman who's just allowed me to come in and film a bit, so very grateful for that. It's a beautiful church. Lovely stained glass windows, beautiful pews, beautiful lighting. Like I say, originally I think the church dates back to the sort of 11th century, but obviously it's been added to, revamps over the years. Got this beautiful organ down here, just going to show you that, guys. Just at the other end of the church, guys, and so there's this amazing organ here. I was just chatting to the gentleman, and he was saying that it got restored about 5 or 6 years ago. That is some bit of kit right there, isn't it, guys? Beautiful ceiling in here as well. What a lovely old building. Fantastic. What a fantastic experience I've just had in there. Met a lovely guy called Bob who's involved with the British Legion, and he told me more than I can remember about the church, and also about a guy that died in the Somme, Battle of the Somme. A guy called Jonathan Bevan. They apparently bit off more than they could chew, but John Bevan marched on with his gun, and unfortunately was lost out there. But what a fascinating church, and that tower leading, with the archway leading inside. The church is just behind me there, and even now I'm looking into the monitor, I could see how much that tower is leaning, so we'll call that the Leaning Tower of Burnham. Hey, what a fantastic experience that was. Magical, guys. Right, next stop, the Lower Lighthouse. So guys, just walking along now to the Lower Lighthouse. And the Lower Lighthouse was built in 1832. In fact, apparently there was 3 lighthouses in Burnham. Now, I know where one of the other ones is, that's more inland, on the Barrow Road. But this one was built in 1832. On stilts out in the Bristol Channel. Quite a structure to still be there after all this time. Built by a guy called Joseph Nelson. So we'll go and take a look, guys. It's about half to 3/4 of a mile walk along the beach, but it is a lovely walk, so obviously dead flat. I'm gonna walk along the edge of the waterside here, guys. So guys, this is the Lower Lighthouse here in Burnham. Just warning the ships of the mud flats here in the Bristol Channel. I can't get round to the front of it, guys, for obvious reasons, because the tide is just starting to retreat now, and I have got to get back for work. But it's a pretty phenomenal structure considering it was built in 1832, isn't it? And around the front is the light. Has 3 lights. Apparently a white, I think it's an orange and a red, or a yellow and a red. And the front of the building is painted with a red stripe. So there we go, guys. That is your Lower Lighthouse here at Burnham. And I'm just panning around now to show you Burnham in the background there. In that direction. Beautiful skies today, guys. I think It's starting to get colder. You may have noticed I have my winter jacket on. Panning on round now. And you can see Green Down, etc. just there. So Weston-super-Mare in a very far away distance. Just to the right of the lighthouse is Hinkley Point, slap bang in the middle of your screen. So there you go guys, that brings me to the end of the video. Burnham-on-Sea. I've really enjoyed my walk here. I'm going to rush back to the car and get back to work for 9 o'clock. So all the best from Somerset Man Walking guys. Take care, stay safe. Thanks for all your support. New and old subs, etc. And I will catch you on the next one. Take care guys, cheers.